Chef Robert Erickson, Central Bistro. Today we're going to be making a fig and tomato braised lamb shank. A little bit about Central Bistro. We're all about sustainability here, organic, locally sourced, try within 100 miles, everything's ocean-wise. We do brunch 7 days a week and a fantastic dinner service. This is one of the items off of our dinner menu. This year is a lamb. We're going to skip a couple of steps based on the 3 hours. It's already been braised. Basically what we've done is we've coated this lamb in a little bit of flour and salt and pepper and seared it in a pan until it gets a small light crust. After that we're placing everything into a 4-inch deep, as we call hotel pan, but at home you can just place it in something that has some depth to it, and you're able to cover a tin full or with a lid, whatever you like. And the recipe that you will have on the site will explain all the ingredients that go in there. Obviously the premise of this recipe is tomato, a little bit of fig, and your classic cinnamon, star anise, onions, bay leaf, peppercorns, chicken stock, all the things that you would normally put into a braised, as we call it. So we're going to bring this back on the heat here in the braised, which is the sauce that we cooked the lamb shank in to begin with, and the lamb itself. Also, in addition, I'm going to add some diced up fig as well to bring back the sweetness from the braise originally. So we'll start with that. We're going to get this boiling. We're going to get it hot. We're going to put it in the oven. It takes about 15 minutes to reheat it and bring it back. Now that we have this lamb sort of starting to boil, we're going to get it coated. We're going to grab this. We're going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees and bring it back to temperature. Like I said, it takes about 15 minutes. And then we'll jump into this stuff after. Okay, so after about 7-8 minutes in the oven, we're going to want to take a look at how our shank is doing. As you can see, it's starting to reduce a little bit. We want to flip it over, keep it nice and sheen and moist, delicious. Back in the oven. Should be ready in about another 5-6 minutes. So, lamb shank's almost out of the oven. What we have here is Israeli couscous. Israeli couscous is different than the regular traditional Mediterranean couscous. Mediterranean couscous is a lot finer. This is, and obviously couscous is not a grain. It's similar to a pasta. The reason that this is so round the way that it is like this is because it's been dropped actually into oil and fried versus the Mediterranean couscous, which is baked. So this has a little bit of smoked paprika in it. We're gonna put that on the burner with a little bit of butter to bring it back. It's been boiled. That's how you cook it, just like a pasta. Rolling in boiling water, and you just take it out and test it. You can kind of feel when it's achieved the right texture. And a little bit of sweet smoked paprika. Put a tiny bit of that in there. And of course, a little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. I'm just trying to heat down pretty low on that. We just want to reheat that. Not too much. And a tiny little bit of olive oil. Give it a little texture, give it a little flavor. We've got some carrots here. These are organic baby carrots from Barnston Island. A little bit of butter in the pan. These have been lightly peeled and blanched in water, boiling salted water for about 1 minute. So we're going to lightly saute that just to bring it back. And then over here, what I've got here is I've got a little bit of butter and garlic in a pan. The garlic's been chopped, like I said, about a half of a clove. We're going to get that going too at the same time. And in with the carrots, of course, again, our magical salt, and a little bit of black pepper. Get that going. Now, with the garlic, my tongs, you can use anything. You can use a spoon or wooden spoon, spatula, whatever you like. I want to keep the garlic moving a little bit in the pan. You let it sit in one spot, it's going to cook a little more in one place than it does in the other. What we're looking for on this is a light toast, so almost to the point where it starts to brown, but not blacken. Obviously, if it blackens, it's gone too far to burn. And that's going to give it a real smoky flavor. couscous is hot now. We're going to take that off. Now, so you see the garlic has come to the point where it's just starting to brown. At that point, that is perfect. We've got a nice handful of spinach. I'm going to toss the spinach in. And then a little bit of white wine. You can use water as well. You just need some moisture. You don't want to cook the spinach for long. The residual heat from the pan itself will be enough. You want to lightly wilt it. Again, like everything, we need to season. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Take the lamb out of the oven. So you can see the sauce has reduced itself, which is going to give it even more flavor. And it's still a little bit liquidy. We don't want it too liquidy on the plate, so we're gonna put it on the direct heat again. We're gonna reduce that down. Probably gonna take about another minute and a half. While that's happening, as a chef would, we'll turn around here. We'll take our delicious couscous. We've got a nice plate. Any plate will do that you have in your house. Here we like to use the 12-pound weighted plate. Like that. Sure everything's in line here. Plate's nice and clean. On top of that, we're going to take this lovely garlic wilted spinach. Beautiful organic baby carrots, not overcooked. We still got a little bit of crunch to them, as we call it, al dente. It makes any vegetable taste better, and also, the more you cook the vegetable, like I said before, the more of the nutrition that you're cooking out of it. So the less cooked, the better. I'm a chef, so I cook with butter, a lot of butter. At the end, I like to just nice little nub of butter, about a tablespoon. Teaspoon to tablespoon, and just sort of finish that off in the sauce. Gives the sauce a nice texture, a good sheen, and a fantastic just falling right off the bone. It's so tender. I'm going to place that down first, just for presentation. You don't have to do this at home. Some people like to see the bone. It's more savage that way. See the meat is just melts in your mouth. You won't even need a knife for this at all. There we go. That looks about perfect for consistency there. Cover this whole lamb here with this sauce. You got your nice, you see the nice figs that we put in earlier, really showing through there. And then for presentation's sake and also flavor, we got some of this nice feta. Macedonian feta is my favorite. This is a Greek feta. It's also nice. It's a little bit more firm. I'm going to crumble that right on top. Again, you don't have to do this if you don't want. It's not going to make or break the dish. It's just an additional flavor component. What I have here is a little bit of balsamic reduction. This has already been pre-reduced in the squeeze bottle here. And I'm going to do a little stir to that. Again, it's going to balance quite nicely with the tomatoes and the figs in the dish. And voila, you have yourself the Central Bistro Chef Robert Erickson fig and tomato braised shank.